So you just got a brand new Le Creuset pot. You brought it home, you started cooking a delectable meal for your family, and it explodes. What happened? What went wrong? Let's talk about all the different types of metals and materials involved in cookware that you might find in your kitchen, what's safe to use on a stovetop, and what's not safe to use on a stovetop. This time of year, it is very easy to find an enameled Dutch oven at a HomeGoods or at a TJ Maxx. There are a lot of different brands that make them, and the most famous brand that makes them is Le Creuset. I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. The famous Le Creuset Dutch ovens and cookware are made out of cast iron. That is what they are at their core. And they are coated with an enamel, which is porcelain. These are safe to use on your stovetop, whether it's electric or gas, and inside of your oven. Now, it can get confusing when you're going through TJ Maxx or Marshalls or HomeGoods and you find a Le Creuset that looks like this. This is Le Creuset stoneware. This is not made out of cast iron. This is made out of pottery or ceramic clay. This can go in your oven. This absolutely, absolutely, absolutely cannot go on your stovetop. Most burners are circular shaped, which is why most pots and pans are circular. Another hint, besides the materials that they are made out of, is the shape. They're going to be in a circle and they're going to have a flat bottom. Another trick to determine whether or not something is enameled cast iron or just enameled stoneware is to check if it's magnetic. So this is stoneware. It's coated in enamel, but at its core, it's stoneware, and it's not magnetic. This is cast iron, and it is magnetic. When using a pot on your stove, you always want to, especially with an electric stove, you're always going to want to select the burner that is the closest in size to the pot that you are using. So this, even if it was made out of cast iron, you would not want to put it on a circular burner because it is not going to heat evenly and it will crack the metal if it were to be made of metal. But it's not made out of metal. It's made out of ceramic stoneware or clay. So this is going to break because it's not being heated evenly. Now you get to things like stainless steel, copper, glass, and other types of stoneware. Way back in the day, Corningware used to make dishes that could go on your stovetop and in your oven. They stopped making that in 1990. So if something is older than 1990, you might be able to get away with putting it on your stovetop, but chances are this is oven only. Pyrex too used to be able to go into the oven and on the stovetop, but modern Pyrex bowls absolutely do not. In fact, on most cookware these days, there are instructions etched into the bottom of the cookware to give you the instructions on what you can and cannot do with the cookware. So this Pyrex bowl, for example, on the inside it says microwave safe, no broiler, no stovetop. Now we have stainless steel, which is a very common material and inexpensive material that most people have to work with in their kitchen. If your pots and pans are completely stainless steel, like mine is here, sometimes you can put them in the oven, and you can put them into the oven maybe to above or about 450 degrees. But you're going to want to check with your manufacturer's instructions that you get when you make this purchase. If you inherited pots and pans secondhand, I'm going to recommend you look at the bottom of your pots and pans. There's going to be some numbers and sometimes even some brief instructions etched into the bottom of your pan. So this is a Cuisinart. It has the model number, the size number of the pot, and it tells me that this pot is also induction ready. Lastly, we have copper. Copper is a very expensive metal to work with when it comes to cookware. That's why you'll find it in very, very, very high-end kitchens and in very affluent people's houses, because it costs a lot to make pots and pans out of copper, and it costs a lot of time to maintain them. As you can see, this is quite tarnished. But copper is very popular because it heats up so evenly and holds heat very well. So if you're doing things like making sautés, sauces, and searing meats, you're going to want to reach for copper. So in summary, how to determine where and how you can use different pots, pans, and dishes in your kitchen: check the shape. If it is circular, you might be able to put it on your stovetop. Check the bottom of it to see if there are any instructions etched on the bottom, and check the manufacturer's website. See if you can find the same product on their website and find out if it is an approved use for your product. I hope this helps.